like I said, we're sitting there playing cards last night, and I'd never thought about it before. But I've got this dining room table. You've seen it. It's fucking huge, and it's this black glass top table. And my buddy's there. He's like, you have the greatest table on earth for doing Coke off of. It's an amazing Coke table. It's like, this would be the greatest party ever. You just put one long line of Coke down each side, and two people race to see who can get to the end of the line first.
What? Why?
Coke Wars!
Welcome everybody to I can't believe it. Hello everybody, welcome to World 11 Podcast. I am your host this evening, Mr. Eddie V, the Chocolate Thunder with Wonder. And joining me, I can't believe this man right here, but I love him so much. It's the Red Velvet Nordic Beast himself, Mr. Larry Gibbon.
Champagne supernova in the sky. Just fuck yes, Oasis.
Is that with eggnog too? Oh my goodness, Coke and eggnog. Oh my goodness. That would be a holiday party that's like no other.
Oh God. I'm sure it's happening in offices all around the country.
Oh.
It has to be.
Pretty much. I forgot, some magazine actually did a story about that, like businesses and high class workers and stuff. Like that got big salaries and stuff. Like they do coke and cocaine, and they like manage it. And I'm just like, what the heck? Why? Who is still doing this?
Plenty of people. But that's not here nor there. Shit.
Like this is gonna kill you. You can't. Coke is not something that you could just manage. You'd be like, oh, I'll just do a little bit here and then be done for the day. No.
You just need the occasional bump to get through. That's all.
Oh my goodness.
Anyways, let's get to this shit. What have you been playing this week?
I've been playing Destiny and Watch Dogs 2. Working on getting Watch Dogs 2 done for review. I did pick up Final Fantasy 15, but I haven't started it yet. And I know this coming week, I am picking up The Last Guardian, Super Mario Maker 3DS, and Dead Rising 4. Those games I'll be picking up. But pretty much, Call of Duty Infinite Warfare, I got to try the multiplayer, and it's one of the most unbalanced things ever.
See, I don't want to play the multiplayer, but I do want to play it. I just want to play the single player because it looks interesting to me.
Yeah, I had to get through the single player. I'm still like on level, I think the second level. I haven't tried the first 2 levels, and then that was it.
I have intentions of trying to get to play some of it this week if anything goes right, but we'll see.
Yeah, Watch Dogs 2, I've actually am kind of enjoying it. I definitely have to get further into the story because it is kind of cuckoo crazy. But I bought a sniper rifle in the game. And it's powerful. Like I saved up money to get a sniper rifle because I feel like it's easier if I stay at a distance and just be able to pick them off. And then once I kill them all, go ahead and finish the mission, and then I'm done.
Well, it's efficient, I suppose. But in any case, I'm trying to think if I've played much of anything this week.
I know I finished the Batman Telltale Adventure, episode 4. Pretty good. Getting very interesting.
I dinked around with a little bit of Dead Space this week, but not a whole lot, as I haven't had a whole lot of time. Most of my free time's honestly just been soaked up, catching up on old episodes of Jimquisition. Uh,
Ah,
yeah, I've got maybe 2 days worth of watching left, and I'm all caught up. Um, other than that, uh, I know I posted up on the Facebook page. I've got a huge fucking backlog of shit. I've been buying up boatloads of games and not having nearly enough time to finish them all. So I'm on kind of a buying hiatus for a couple of months, and I'm just gonna try and plow through as much backlog as humanly possible in the next few months. Which means I also have to avoid the temptation to go back and play other games that I've already played and just want to play again.
because
So
I kind of want to send you Rise of the Tomb Raider.
I've still got to finish Recore. Like I hit a choke point on Recore, and
Uh-huh.
I'm having a hard time forcing myself to go back to finish it. I feel bad because like I want to finish it, but I'm so irritated at this part that I'm fucking stuck on that I'm just like I want to finish it, but I really don't want to fuck with this part of the game because it's pissing me off. Like it's more irritating than that stupid boss fight that I was working on a couple weeks ago while we were recording and where I almost threw the fucking controller across the room.
Uh-huh.
It's finding some of the prismatic cores, and the map is fucking useless.
Yeah.
Like holy shit. You got people that worked on Metroid Prime. Ask them how to do a proper fucking map.
Yeah, I agree with you completely.
That map is worthless. And any kind of waypoint marker is out the fucking window. Like, for no particular fucking reason. At one point, you'll have a waypoint marker, on your screen, and it's useful, and then you turn around and suddenly it's gone, and it never fucking comes back again. It's like, son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Most inconsistent piece of crap. Like, I like parts of that game. I really do.
Mm-hmm.
But, man, there are just issues in that game that are keeping me from fucking finishing it or even going back to play it more. And I will do it at some point, but it's probably not going to be in the near future.
That's fine. I got to, I think the third or fourth level of the final part before I even get to the boss, and I'm just like, I'm sending this off to you because I'm like, I am not about to go back and recollect more cores just to open up different levels of the game. I'm just not about to do it. I'm just like, this is not retarded, but this is insane. It's just like,
No, it's fucking busy work.
Exactly.
It's work that doesn't need to fucking be there.
I mean, it went $19.99 last week for Black Friday, so people bought it.
Yeah, I mean, at like $20, that's a worthwhile buy. You'll get $20 worth of fun out of that. You will.
Mm-hmm.
At least you'll get it before you hit a point where you're just like, yeah, I'm starting to get irritated and I'm going to put this down now. But before you get to that point, you're going to at least hit $20 worth of fun.
Yeah.
And it makes me sad because I honestly kind of want to see the rest of the fucking story, too. Because as much as I have some issues with the writing in that story, I do like the story. There are just certain parts of that they did in terms of writing that material that I went, this is dumb. But the overall, like, the characters I like.
Right. I'm actually surprised that the DLC hasn't dropped. Like, they haven't mentioned anything about it.
I'm perfectly okay with that. It doesn't need DLC. Insofar as I can tell, that is a complete game. It doesn't need DLC.
Well, I think one of the characters is still unlocked from the game. Like, there was supposed to, one of the characters are supposed to be a DLC. It's
Really?
on, yeah, because it's on the box cover that there's, I believe there's 5 robots, but you only have 4. No. Yeah, you only get 4 in the game, but there's 5 on the box cover.
Yeah, there's slots for 5 of them inside the game too, but I don't know. Maybe it's one that just comes later on that I haven't gotten to.
I don't know. I did, not mostly everything. Like some of the side stuff I didn't do, but it's just like, wait, where is this 5th character that was on this box cover? And if they announced it as DLC, it needs to be talked about.
I don't know. I'm over it for right now, though.
Yeah. Do
I've
I?
got things I want to get into and play. Um, I picked up, like I said, I've bought a bunch of stuff recently. I picked up Jade Empire, the
Yes.
Prince of Persia games on GameCube. I've got Transformers Devastation still waiting for me.
Yeah.
Um,
I gotta finish that on PS4.
yeah, that's there's so much stuff for me to go in and play. I've still got to finish Inside. I sat down last weekend, I think it was, and
Uh,
started a good hunk of it and really liked it. And I just got busy later on in the day and didn't go back to it. It's still sitting there waiting for me on my Xbox to pick back up where I left off. It's neat and I like it. I loved Limbo and I adore uh, Inside. So
yeah, I know that's a game that everybody's recommending for me to buy,
you
and I
should.
know I need to.
You should.
Yeah. Um,
So
yeah, I haven't even started any of my Black Friday games neither. Like Mafia 3 is still in the case, Dishonored still in the case, Rise of Tomb Raider, like all of that stuff is still in the box wrapped up. Heck, Pokemon Sun and Moon I haven't even started yet because I gotta finish Phoenix Wright. I'm like literally almost at the last part of the game. I was even at Red Lobster today playing it while eating my cheddar biscuits is the bomb big, dude. I'm sorry.
I didn't even buy a single fucking game for Black Friday. I didn't. My wife bought me Lego Dimensions because it was on sale for like $40 for the Xbox One.
Uh-huh.
So I've got that coming, and there's a couple of like fun packs for it that I want. I want the Doctor Who one. I want the Portal one. A couple of the others looked amusing, but those are the two that I really want.
Okay. Yeah, I think they've been going like crazy wild with the sales for it. I think because a lot of people have been buying it lately, like the packs and stuff.
Right, right.
And somehow the PlayStation 3 version has been selling out. I'm like, wait, what?
It's readily available, large install base. I could see it. So
Yeah.
it makes sense. So I was actually talking today with my wife, Christine, and I told her, I said, I'm considering come tax time, I might actually spring for a used PS3 just because I never picked one up. And there's a good handful of stuff on the PS3 that I never got to play or get around to that I'd like to. And I'm like, I can get one for fairly inexpensive, sub $200, maybe $150 for one. I can justify that. That's worth it to me. And, grab up like the Ico Shadow of the Colossus remaster.
Yeah.
That's actually programmed for 3D, which would be fucking awesome because I actually have a nice 3D TV. What else? All the God of War games on PS3 would be fantastic.
Yeah, because I think they got a collection for it, I think, for PS3.
There's a couple of them. Like, I know there's God of War 1 and 2 as a collection, God of War 3, and I think the PSP ones are available as a collection on
Yeah.
PS3 as well, so I can get it all on one platform and be done. Flower Journey, a few other odds and ends as far as their online store stuff as well. I'd like to get my hands on. So
Yeah.
I think that might be a tax time investment.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Because, like I said, yeah, like you said, there's a lot of good games on the PS3.
The last Sony platform I bought was a PlayStation 2.
Yikes.
So, and having that there actually makes me feel a little better about buying the PS3 just because I'm not trying to hunt for one of the backwards compatible ones. Like, I've got a PS2, I don't worry about it. Fuck it.
Right.
So,
and pretty much most of the backwards stuff is like now kind of remastered on PS4 or it's on PS3 that you can just download.
Right. I still have no real compulsion to play like Uncharted. I don't give two shits about it, but I know that's a big driver for Sony, but it never seemed to grab me. And maybe when I actually have a PS3, I'll look at it and go, that's cheap enough. I'll fuck around with it and find out that I like it. But I didn't see any major draw in it for me personally. There's other more artsy shit for PS3 that I'd rather play.
I really wanted you kind of to play Heavy Rain if you get a chance.
I might. If I find it cheap enough, I might.
Or if not, I'll just mail it to you as usual. Just be like, yeah, you need to play this. Dang, Eddie, you sent me like 5 packages. Well, you need to play this game too.
So, but yeah, that's what's been going on. It's more, this week has been more of me looking at it going, things I'm going to play as soon as I have time.
Yes. And once I finish Watch Dogs 2, oh goodness, because I have to finish that game before The Last Guardian, because I'm getting that one Friday, and I'm just like, I need to finish this game, have it written up, be ready to get through, turn in the review, and then be like, okay, I could do Final Fantasy 15 if you want me to, and Dishonored 2, but I'm like, I quickly gotta get through The Last Guardian, because I've been waiting for this game ever since they showed it, and the only problem that I have with it right now is the box art. The box art for The Last Guardian looks terrible. It looks like a GameStop game box art. Like they photocopy a picture of it, put it in a square, and then threw it on the box. I'm like, this is cheap.
Oh well, it is what it is.
Yeah. But everybody, we're going to get into the main topic of the show, and that's the 2016 The Game Awards. Yeah.
I mean, the lame awards.
Yeah, that show was very disappointing. I mean, it was good at some parts, but overall, it was just, I hate the fact that they said, well, we want to represent all games and all. I'm like, no, what you did was you did a game, 2 games from May, Overwatch, and then pretty much whatever you felt like doing as musical performances, because I didn't watch none of them.
Yeah, the musical performances had exactly zero interest for me, save for maybe the Doom performance. And I'm not even a Doom fan.
Mm-hmm.
It's not my cup of tea. I get it. I can appreciate it. It's just not my thing to play. But the performance of the Doom stuff was actually pretty cool. But like fucking Run the Jewels, first and foremost, who the fuck is Run the Jewels?
That's the name of the band, or Killer
I
Mike.
get that much. Why are they relevant here?
Because they were in Gears of War 4 as characters for the multiplayer.
Jesus Christ!
And I think they're about to come out.
Stupid.
I think they have an album out right now at the time of this recording.
No, that was just dumb to me.
I don't even understand. Like, I can understand them having Mega Ran doing a performance, because I'm like, okay, he does video game raps, like, and he's really good at what he does. He has a lot of good albums and mixtapes out, and so he knows gaming. So he would have been a perfect fit for the Game Awards. But I'm like, Run the Jewels. I'm like, no, you only put them here because they was a guest appearance in Gears of War 4. For multiplayer at that.
Like, bring on, like, the fucking mini bosses or something.
Yes!
Yeah. Do something awesome. But that shit was just dumb. That aside,
and I
really enjoyed last year's show. I did. As well as the year before. But this year just felt lackluster in so many ways. Like, the previews of stuff coming up,
mm-hmm.
save for 2 things, just didn't grab me. You know, Breath of the Wild, I'm enjoying what I'm seeing, but I'm still going, I want to see, tell me what the fucking story is. What is the fucking premise? You know? So I'm kind of soaking in, going, that's neat. I see a little more of it now. I still don't know what the fuck it's about, but I see more of it, and it's still pretty. I'm still going to play it, but in any case, the other one, the big one for me personally, was, holy shit, Spectre Knight.
Yes.
Yes. So that was the big deal to me. You know, I'm not surprised by the announcement so much as, you know, given the fact that they've said before that they want to, build out a campaign for every one of the boss knights.
Mm-hmm.
And so, but it was nice to see it announced and to know that it's coming as soon as it is, here in the next few months, come spring.
I was watching the trailer, and it looks like a whole new game.
Yeah, it's not like Plague Knight where it was a rerun through, all the stages of Shovel Knight, just as, Plague Knight. Spectre Knight, they're saying, is a prequel that deals with the forming of the Order of No Quarter.
I wonder, are they going to charge for this one, or is it going to be free?
If you go by anything they've said in the past, it sounds like they're putting it out for free.
Okay. I mean, I feel like even if they charge, I would pay $9.99 for this. I would literally pay $10 for this.
$15 for that, easy.
Yeah.
I have no qualms. I got more than my money's worth out of. I've already double dipped on Shovel Knight, and there's a good chance I'll end up triple dipping because I want to get it on my Xbox One so I can play the Battletoads stuff.
Oh my goodness, I forgot all about that.
Yeah, buddy.
Oh my
Battletoads,
goodness.
fucker. So, which reminds me, Rare Replay is on my list of things I need to pick up too, just so I can get my Battletoads fix in.
Oh.
But in any case, yeah, that was probably the most exciting part of Game Awards for me. The acceptance speech for That Dragon Cancer was very, very heartfelt and very touching to see. All the love in the world to that guy for what he went through. I can't fathom dealing with that. It fucking wrenches my gut.
I had a problem with it, and not with the game, and not with the speech. Like, I'm glad that he got this game, and I'm glad he, the speech that he gave. But I'm like, okay, I understand that this is a game for impact. But the other nominees were just like, it felt like the other nominees were thrown in for no particular reason. Because I'm just like, hey, the rest of these games I've never heard of. No one's ever talked about them. No one's ever covered them. And what impact do they have? Because I'm like,
I don't remember what the other ones even were.
They were like some block building, like just some of the games that was in that category was just like, why is it even here? When no one doesn't really know about it. I mean, I feel like, of course, this is a category that's already been made. Lee from Nerd Overdrive, he told me that, like, because Life is Strange won last year for games that impact. But okay, I can understand how That Dragon Cancer is impactful. But why not just why not just recognize him all by himself and give him an award for a video game that changed? Like some kind of award that only that game could get.
Yeah, because they're going to give out an award, they need to, have a category where it competed against something else. I don't know.
But I'm just like,
we'll call it arbitrary.
Yeah, but I'm just like, any game could be impactful, and because this is a emotional story, not only for the creator and for other gamers or anything like that, but it doesn't need no competition, because there's just a lot of games that came out this year that, if we want to talk about that's impacting, what is it impacting about? Is it impacting you because it's good gameplay? Is it impacting you to actually have a discussion about the themes about it?
Yeah, they need to work on some of their categories. And speaking of categories, the one that mysteriously disappeared from the show.
So let's address this one now. Okay, so if everybody listened to last episode that me and Larry talked about, we talked about Nintendo or not Nintendo actually, Pokemon Uranium and AM2R for
motherfucker
for best fan is it best fan creation?
Yeah.
Okay, so those two games got removed from the nominees, so there was only 3 games left. But it seems that they just removed the whole category, like it literally disappeared.
They did. They
Why?
brought that category right the fuck out, which is honestly what was the smartest thing they could have done. You know, because like I said, either with something like that, you either let everybody in or just drop the category. None of this, you're allowed, but you pissed me off, so you stay home. Because that was bullshit.
That is so
Frankly, removing that category was probably the smartest thing they could have done. Because if they went ahead with that and, gave somebody an award in that category after having, removed two of the nominees just because they stepped on somebody on the board's toes, you can bet there probably would have been all kinds of fucking issues raised with that. And I think Keeley wants to maintain some semblance of reasonable integrity to this awards show. And I think that was probably the smartest thing he could have done, because if he didn't, I think the integrity would have been compromised, not necessarily beyond repair, but it would have at least opened the door to a slippery slope of bullshit in years to come.
Yeah. And I as a side, I have to say this: there was really no Nintendo games that got represented this year for nominees. So even if Nintendo did,
a big Nintendo year, period. Though to be fair, it wasn't really a big year for anything, period.
Well, it just felt like they forgot all the games that came out in the first 4 months of this year. Okay, The Witness got a perfect 10, and everybody was enjoying it. That didn't get no nomination. It wasn't even recognized. Fire Emblem, Birthright and Conquest, so buttloads, and has been talked about as such a good game. Didn't even get recognized. Uncharted 4 got recognized, and Doom got recognized. Like, really? Like, the year doesn't start in May. The year starts in January. There's games that came out in the spring quarter that should get recognized and did it. I'm like, you really just gave the awards to Uncharted 4, Overwatch, and whatever else you felt like you wanted to give it to, just to change it up. Like, that's not a game award.
Nintendo. Keep in mind, though, Nintendo walked away with a number of them last year.
Well,
and it's not like there's any sort of direct bias. It's just, this was not a big year for Nintendo or anything on their platform.
But it wasn't a big year
from Pokemon.
But the bad thing about it wasn't a big year for anything. There was no RPGs got recognized, no strategy or really sim games got recognized, no sports games really got recognized, no indie games really got recognized. Like, there were a ton of hot games that have came out before November that people talked about, and it really sold well. They didn't recognize that at the Game Awards.
I think they need to reevaluate some of the categories that they have and drop some of the stupid ones, like, best fucking YouTuber at this point. Can we just call it that category? Because, Jesus, that's dumb. Drop, the best esports team and esports player, and, seriously, chuck some of that shit out the fucking window. And, get some genre categories in there. You've got best sports racing game and, best action adventure game, and that's it for genre? No. You've got a whole lot more to fucking cover, buddy.
And when does action games become FPSs? Okay, I can understand Gears of War being in that category because you're doing a lot of shooting third person. Really, Overwatch? Overwatch is not an action game. That's a multiplayer arena-based game.
MOBA. Yeah, it's a fucking MOBA.
That's not action.
So, yeah, they really need to relook at how they categorize some of that shit. But again, it's not a minor, but it's a moderate issue that I have with it.
Well,
it's.
Oh, go ahead.
It's neither here nor there. Nothing I say is going to change anything when it comes to this shit. So,
Well, I'm gonna run down the winners, not so much the nominees, because I think Titanfall 2 should have got Game of the Year, but Overwatch won Game of the Year. Blizzard Entertainment had Best Game Direction. Best Narrative went to Uncharted 4: A Thief's End. That was written by Neil Druckerman and Josh Gurr. Best Art Direction is Inside, developed by Playdead. Best Music Sound Design is Doom, composed by Mick Gordon. Best Performance, Nolan North as Nathan Drake in Uncharted 4: A Thief's End. Games for Impact, That Dragon Cancer, developed by Numinous Games. Best Independent Game, Inside, developed by Playdead. Best Mobile / Handheld Game, Pokemon Go, developed by Niantic. Best VR Game, Res Infinite, developed by United Games Artists. Best Action Game, Doom, developed by ID Software, or not ID, id Software, sorry. Best Action Adventure is Dishonored 2, developed by Arcane Studios. Best Role-Playing Game, The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt Blood and Wine, developed by CD Projekt Red. Best Fighting Game, Street Fighter V, developed by Capcom. Best Strategy Game, Civilization 6, developed by Firaxis Games. Best Family Game, Pokemon Go, developed by Niantic. Best Sports / Racing Game, Forza Horizon 3, developed by Playground Games. And Best Multiplayer, Overwatch, developed by Blizzard Entertainment. The Fans' Choice Award, Most Anticipated Game, The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, developed by Nintendo EPD. Trending Gamer, Boogie 2988, that was the video, the YouTube creator
Yeah,
one.
the Trending Gamer category needs to fucking go.
Yeah. Best Fan Creation, Endero, The Shades of Order. Because Brutal Doom 64 was the only other nominee for it. Esports Player of the Year.
They actually listed a winner for that category, because I went to look the other day, and I didn't even see a winner listed for that category. I didn't see the category anymore, period.
Yeah, they have it on Wikipedia as Enderrail, The Shards of Order.
I don't remember them ever bringing that up on the show.
Me neither.
If they did go with that, then fuck them. They are in for a world of fucking trouble.
Yeah, they are. Dude, I rewatched the whole Game Awards before we started recording, and to make sure to see if they said anything about it. Nothing.
Yeah, that's like IGN posted up a list of all the winners from the show too, and it was nowhere listed on there.
That's insane. Esports Player of the Year, Marcelo, Coldzera, David, SK Gaming, Counter-Strike Global Offensive. Esports Team of the Year, Cloud9, and Esports Game of the Year, Overwatch, developed by Blizzard Entertainment. Industry Icon Award, Hideo Kojima.
Yeah, the esports and the Trending Gamer categories should all fucking go away. That shit's dumb. I've got nothing against esports and, any of the Trending Gamer and, YouTubers and Let's Players and all that. I enjoy watching a lot of that. But holy shit, this is not an award-worthy category, for God's sakes.
And why
it's
did they
just not?
Yeah. Because we don't know esports. Like they don't advertise and display esports. Like it's not big with a lot of people. Like you only got certain games that people use to showcase it, and it's just like these are some games that most people or some people don't play. Like esports is mostly, in my opinion, more for PC gamers than it is for console gamers. And I don't want to discredit PC gamers because they are part of the video game industry.
Oh yeah,
no, but
there's some of the esports stuff that falls on the console side, especially when you get into like some of the competitions like Evo.
Yeah,
but that's a little different too, even, truth be told. But yeah, I'm sorry, that does not need to be an award category. They've done that in the last couple of years, and it needs to stop.
And
seriously, replace those with something that we actually want to see.
And why did Street Fighter V win best fighting game? Like I would expect that to go to King of Fighters, I think 14 or 15. That's whatever the newest one is at. Like Street Fighter V had its problems. It was broken when it was released. And then even when the new content came out, it was still broken. Like people wasn't playing that game. So why did it win for him?
No idea. I can't begin to fathom that, but oh well. Neither here nor there.
And oh, go ahead.
No, I'm out of shit to run my mouth about the awards. I was thoroughly disappointed overall this year, and it just reminded me that this year felt very lacking in general as far as games go.
What you think about some of the trailers like Death Stranding?
Death Stranding was a wonderful reminder that Hideo Kojima, while brilliant, is absolutely batshit insane. I'm curious to see what it is. I don't think it's going to be something that I have an interest in playing.
Mm-hmm.
I might have an interest in watching it, but I've never been big on Kojima games, with like the minor exception of like Boktai.
Do you feel like that it was a mixture of Silent Hill and Metal Gear Solid put together?
Kind of. I didn't get nearly as much of the Silent Hill vibe as I did,
I think with
Metal Gear.
I think when it shows like the villain, just the way that he looked and the two's connecting to the soldiers, because one of the soldiers were like bones.
Right.
So I'm just like, okay, I see that this game looks like it's going to have a horror theme to it, but it's going to really be espionage. Like, it's going to have that Metal Gear feel to it.
The other thing for me, too, is that, all right, this is the second year in a row that we've seen a new trailer for this Death Stranding game at the Game Awards and still have no fucking clue what it is or what it's about. Congratulations, you've shown me a thing twice and still managed to tell me nothing.
Besides, Norman Reedus is the lead character, and the enemy that they showed, like I forgot his name, Mark something. He's the villain. Like so, the person that they showed in the trailer at the end, he's the villain, and the old guy is Guerrero del Eterno or something like that.
Yeah, but the trailer doesn't actually tell you anything.
Yeah, and
it's. I'm sure Kojima has mastered that art of showing you tons of shit without telling you anything.
Right. Like, you really don't get the premise of it. You just be like, okay, it's a baby in a tube, and...
Yeah.
So,
yeah. I don't know. Like I said, I'm sure it's one of those things that I will want to watch, but probably have no compunction to play this thing.
And what was with that Bulletstorm trailer? I'm like... Is this hold on? I'm like, I thought Epic on Bulletstorm. What is it doing on Gearbox? I'm like, you can't. That was the problem that I had with Gearbox. It's just like, we're doing something to support indie developers. So we brought out People Can Fly. People Can Fly is not an indie developer. Like, they're making a high budget probably. I'm like, you remastered one of their old games and you're releasing it. Like, how is that indie?
No idea. I think some of them missed the concept of what indie is. And, we've had this conversation too, especially with Adrian on the show, that, what we look at is indie, even from me to you to Adrian is different, as far as indie developers, indie games, it's just, it seems to be open to interpretation. So, maybe it fits their weird definition, whatever the hell that is.
I was just upset and confused. I'm just like, this is not indie. I'm like, it's just, I'm like, oh, and you put, what's his name from, oh, dang it. Duke Nukem. You put him in the game.
John St. John, yeah.
I was just like, no, this is not a good representation of games of indie. Like, give us a company we've never heard of
Yeah.
and bring them out.
Fuck's sakes, talk about Cuphead.
Heck yeah.
Cuphead would have been a great one to traipse out.
And I'll have to say this. This was really advertisement for Sony and not much for Blizzard, but pretty much for Sony.
Oh, it's plenty of advertisement all the way around, but
I don't know. I'm not saying it was. Oh, go ahead.
I think I'm out of steam on this topic because I swear I'm just going to keep talking in circles anymore. It was too lackluster. There just was not a lot of meat on the bones content-wise this year at the show. You know, like I said, the last 2 years I walked away with looking forward to some really cool shit. This year, Spectre Knight, woo! And that was it. I was done.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't a total disaster, but it was just, it was too long to be mind-numbing.
Yeah, a little bit. But, what else? Things coming up. I will be posting pictures, and Eddie will be posting pictures of our respective game collections, and we would love to see yours posted up on our Facebook page. You know, I'm going to be laying everything out and, you know, giving you a peek at what's at my place and, you know, the things I play and collect and all that fun shit. And we'd love to see, you know, your collections too. You know, it's a chance to kind of show off and brag and boast a little. And, you know, it's something small, but, you know, something amusing to put up on the Facebook page. Also, coming up next week, we have a guest joining us. Fucking super stoked. Of Destructoid and Podtoid fame, been around the games industry for a number of years. The epic, wonderful, most absolutely gracious Jonathan Holmes will be joining us next week.
Yeah, and he was also been on Road Rules when it first came out.
God, yes, Road Rules. That my wife looked that up, actually. That season of Road Rules is available for purchase on YouTube.
Oh, wow. That's insane.
So, yeah, that's a thing. The amazing Jonathan Holmes will be joining us next week. Also, a few other things to look forward to in coming months as well. We're in the talks with getting a few other guests lined up. Nothing concrete as of yet. I will say that they are some of the ones that I'm talking to, trying to get some things lined up, are ones that we have talked at great length about some of their projects and their games on this show. We are way fucking excited to have them even talking to us, let alone talking about coming on the show with us. You know, I've said it before, and I will say it for the next couple episodes until the calendar turns over, obviously. You know, keep your eyes and ears peeled to the Facebook page. Also, we have landed on Twitter. We are officially on fucking Twitter.
Yes.
So if that's your bag, if that's your cup of tea, and that's how you communicate, we are officially out there now. World 11 Podcast. You can search it, you know, just the way we have it on the Facebook page. Or you can, you know, look for at World1_1 podcast, all one word. We are on the Twitters. Give us a follow. All the news and new episodes and everything as it happens are going to be posted on the Twitter account there, so you can follow that. We will, you know, start making requests day of for you know, submitting in questions for the show. So maybe eventually we'll get people actually asking us shit. But then again, we're probably not quite that interesting that, you know, we're worth asking anything anyways. So I'm pretty sure the only questions that will come in is the fucking show over yet?
Yes, it is.
But yeah, that's a thing. So we're officially on Twitter. It's happened. It took almost all fucking year for it to happen, but it's there. Um, so obviously, with any luck, some new things coming for us in terms of Twitter, the Facebook page, just content wise. We're looking to start some new original content. Written content coming out on the Facebook page, maybe even a little bit more. Working on getting the final touches on the YouTube channel put together for the podcast as well. Just missing a couple of details. Adrian is in the process of moving and is stupid busy, so we have not been able to hash out the iTunes issue yet, but it's coming. Just give us a little patience, let everybody settle in through the holidays, and we'll get there.
Yes. And you guys can also email us at world11podcast@gmail.com. We really guys want to hear your thoughts. We want to hear your feedback because we do this a podcast for you guys. We get together, laugh and giggle like Larry and Adrian. They make me laugh and enjoy having discussions and stuff like that. But we love to include you guys into the conversation. So send us some email, give us some feedback, follow us on the Facebook page. Larry, do you have anything else before I start plugging or anything?
I do actually. Christine asked me something today, or not today, but earlier this week, and I thought I'm like, that's a really good fucking question. I don't know that I can answer that yet. I want your thoughts on this too. She asked me when we were watching the awards on Thursday if I planned on getting Breath of the Wild for the Wii U or the Switch, and I don't know yet.
I'm getting it for both. I'm getting it for both systems.
I can't bring myself to double dip on that.
I could easily double dip on this. And it's not because of finance wise. I think it's because that the adventure that I'm going on, to have it at my home and to also have it on the go, like it's just going to be something that
get it on the Switch. Because then it's at home and on the go.
But you know what? I want it at home. I want it on home because I kind of want to learn some of the stuff inside and out. And if the rumor is true that the Switch version is delayed to summer, just saying if it is, if they still
if one's being delayed, they're probably both getting delayed.
I doubt that. Unless, because I feel like they probably going to be adding more content on the Switch than they will on the Wii U. But that's it.
I don't think they'll do it. I can't see them doing it.
Well, I definitely for me, like, I want to play it, and if they offer it, because even if I don't get a Switch, at least I have that Zelda game ready to go. So when I do get the Switch, bam, I could get ready to play it. But I'm so ready to experience the world, and I just want that soundtrack, the fights I'm going to be in, the adventuring. Like, I need something like this in my life. And regardless on what platform is, I will buy both copies. Heck, I did it for Rise of the Tomb Raider. I have it on Xbox One and PS4. I have Tomb Raider.
That shit.
Dude, I have the definitive version of Tomb Raider on my Xbox One and the regular Tomb Raider on my PS3. I have Sleeping Dogs on two systems, so I could double dip. I literally can double dip, and I feel like if it's the same content, whether they running faster or anything, I would love to bring the Switch to work and show people why the system is why the system you have to have it. I would love to show my associate and my store manager, be like, this is the Nintendo Switch, to get a better idea of it.
I'm sure there'll be demo stations set up for it too. It was just a passing question. I felt it merited asking, but yeah, plug your shit. Let's call it a fucking night.
Oh, yes. You guys can follow me on Twitter at that retro code. You can check out my writings at IGN and at skirmishfrost.com. I got a new podcast episode up for Optional Opinions, so you can check that out on SoundCloud. I have my week 3 and week 4 is coming from Destiny, the 40 Days of Journey Journal. Sorry about that. You can check that out actually on World 11 Facebook page. So come click on that. And I'm getting ready to do the Watch Dogs 2 review once I finish the game. Oh, also I'm on Team Nerd. So Team TEAM, the letter N, capital N, 3RD. I have my Titanfall 2 review up. So do check that out. Do check out the score for that. That game is just so amazing. But that's all I'm actually going to be plugging for right now. And so everybody have a great week. Have a great weekend. And be ready for the next episode. It's going to be explosive. Our very own Larry Giver is hosting. Yay! And when the next one happens, I'm literally taking the weekend off and coming up to Indiana for that. Because we're gonna have King Gyros ready to go at hand after we leave the pancake house. That's the real week. So, hopefully,
yeah, that's it. That's the show, boys and girls. We will see you next week when we're joined by myself and Eddie V, and with any luck, you'll have internet again, Adrian, and the phenomenal Jonathan Holmes.
Yay! So with that, everybody, we are out. Bye.
Peace.